couldn't be Wizards unless it had another spoiler leak. And I mean, today is the 30th here in New Zealand, and I was really excited for the Commander announcement tomorrow, and here we are talking about Theros all of a sudden. So, long story short, someone found some booster packs of Walgreens, and here we are looking at an early access peek at Theros Beyond Death.
We're celebrating 10 since Exile. The last time we had a leak of a massive amount of cards, a ridiculous amount of time before release date.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cards to get through, so let's dive right into it. First card is the Akroan War. Actually, you should do the pronunciations for these because you're...
So yeah, Akroan War.
Okay.
As in the Akroan horse.
Yep, it is a... Oh, okay. Oh.
Look at the card.
Oh, okay. So this is a new saga. Sagas are back. Number 1, gain control of target creature for as long as you control the Akroan War. Until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able, and then each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. It's a very strange card. So, how do we break down this card? So it comes down, you steal a thing?
So first up, sagas are back.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And fits with the flavor.
Yeah.
People were speculating because a saga set has to have previous sagas so that they can do other histories like this is.
Yeah.
Histories that we've seen before. And they liked the design of it. This one seems like it does a lot of different things.
Yeah, it is a rare.
So like the successful sagas and constructed were ones that had a lot of synergy between the things.
Yeah.
This is a board wipe. It's a slow board wipe.
Oh, it's a slow board wipe, but it's a one-sided board wipe.
If you're playing the right deck.
Oh yeah, well let's say you have creatures. And your opponent has creatures. It forces your opponent to attack, and then on your turn, only their creatures die in a solar blaze sort of way. It's.
Wasn't there a saga that destroyed tapped creatures?
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah. So it does that, and it also does that thing where it lets your opponents know there's a board wipe, so they have to play around it.
Yeah.
So like with Phyrexian Scriptures, it stops your opponents from playing things for a turn. This one's obviously going to stop people from attacking you.
Yeah, at 4 mana, it's a strange enchantment. I don't see. Let's wrap up with these cards in terms of standard constructed. Let's put them on a line of might see play, definitely will see play, or definitely won't see play. What do you think?
So 4 mana is really expensive.
Yeah.
But
if you're doing
gain control of a permanent of a creature is pretty good. It then has to attack.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tapped, so it's probably going to destroy itself if it's got even toughness.
So here's the dream scenario, right? Your opponent has some things that have more power than toughness, so it's going to die to step 3. So he might have some 1/2s or something, but when he's forced to attack into you, you might have blockers to kill those before the solar blaze goes off in step 3. The dream scenario, that's how you get that one sort of board wipe. It's value, but it's going to be almost too hard to construct. I feel like it's going to be not played. Maybe sideboard.
I think it depends on how much you want to steal something. So this is... Claim the Firstborn has been seeing absolutely minimal play.
Yeah. Because
it's 1 mana. This takes anything without hexproof, I guess. So this takes anything and then you attack them with it and then they have to attack into you. If you don't attack, then you get to kill their stuff.
Yeah.
Pick their stuff off. It does seem like a powerful swing, but it seems very expensive. So that's the issue.
Your call?
I think maybe we'll see play.
Maybe. Okay. Next card. Daxos, Crafter of Wonders, 1 blue-red. It's a legendary 2/4. Tap it to add 2 colorless. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. So we saw that recently on that blue creature. Equipped creatures you control have flying and haste.
So Merfolk Artificer. So there's 1 relevant creature type.
2,
plus a hint that there might be more artificers in the set.
For Frontier, remember there's Artificer's Goggles from Callaphe that cared about artificers. Don't you count that out?
Thanks for that.
It's even an equipment. A boom.
So this is like your generic equipment card. Seems like
it's there's a lot on it, but I don't think it's a lot that's relevant.
Yeah, it's like Baby's First Commander, right?
Maybe. Yeah,
it's like one of those like it's a really build around. Yeah. So like it'll see play either in like a super jank deck, a really specific combo deck.
Yeah. The only way this is played is that if some pro out there builds a weird, equipment stop based deck, which that's the only chance we'll see play.
Okay, so it will see play. I will predict it will see play if we get a equipment that equips for 0 mana.
Cool.
Because then you can equip it for 2 mana or less.
Right. Yeah.
2 mana or less, and then equips for 0.
Because then that's kind of like Swift Foot Boots in standard.
Yeah, because you equip it to this, and you immediately have 2 mana to cast another artifact.
We have the slippers from thing, but that already gives it haste, and it's already cost 1 already. So if that's not seeing play, this is probably isn't.
Equip for 0 is very strong.
However,
so I think this is
one relevant thing is Embercleave is red. This is blue red. Maybe.
Oh yeah, so we do technically have things that equip for free, but no, it needs to have a equip cost of 0.
Perhaps you can declare attacks, bring in the Embercleave. You attach it to something, and then it gains flying. Your opponent can't block, and it goes hits face.
A life equip cost, maybe.
Sorry.
A life equip cost.
A life equip.
Yeah, if it's like pay 2 life.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think this and Embercleave might find some home together, but
okay.
But I don't think it's gonna see play in either Commander or this format or Standard.
Do we have a 0 equip thing in Pioneer?
Yes. Maybe. I'm not sure if someone's made a what's that white legendary creature that draws a card every time you cast a thing. I don't know if that's
Pioneer is so new that I don't know the cards.
Yeah. I don't know if like Ashnald's Shield or whatever, the 0 mana stuff. I don't know, that's 0 mana, but it costs like 1 to equip, so no, we don't have anything like that. So,
no, it needs to be free to equip.
No, we don't have
anything.
Doesn't
matter
we
what it costs.
We don't have anything like that.
Okay. So, next...
No, what's your prediction?
Oh, it's my prediction. I told you.
Don't see play?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be like Janko combo.
Alright, you take the next card.
Labyrinth of Skophos? I see why you gave me this one.
Is that a real place?
No.
Okay.
Very Greek in words.
Okay.
So this one is add colorless mana, or you can pay for and tap it. Remove target attacking or blocking creature from combat.
So we've seen this card before, in the most broken way of Labyrinth or whatever, I can't remember what it's called.
Maze of Earth.
Maze of Earth,
yeah. So yes, this is Maze of Earth, and then they've been reprinting around it. So they printed the flip land that turns into Maze of Earth.
Yeah.
This seems...
Can this see play as a one-off in control?
This can see play as a one-off in Commander when you want to be super budget.
For sure.
This is way too expensive, I think.
Yeah. Fair enough. So it's not going to see play.
I mean, yeah.
All right, let's move along then. Ashiok's Erasure, 2 blue enchantment with flash. When this enters the battlefield, exile a target spell. Your opponent can't cast spells with the same name as the exiled card, and when Ashiok's Erasure leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand.
So, fun thing here, Ashiok might be in the set.
Might be, or definitely will be.
Probably will be in the set. Well, there's sagas, so it could be like telling stories from what she's done.
Potentially.
I'm not particularly familiar with Ashiok's lore. So...
This seems good. I think it's a 1 or 2 off, maybe in control decks.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's like a hate card, right? So it stops like Nexus players in Pioneer.
Oh, gross.
It stops people from so it stops you from looping spells. It has the upside that it's very expensive for something that is essentially spell queller and can be killed.
Yeah.
Having said that, enchantment removal is not...
It's much harder than killing spell queller. But I think it's a very fair card, and I think it's going to see sideboard and maybe a one-off mainboard play. I'm going to say it's definitely going to be in the format. Not format warping, but it's going to be in the format.
Yeah, the fact that it's exile target spell means that it gets around can't be countered.
Yeah.
So
that's always been a relevant thing sometimes, and it's got Gideon's interventions, ability on it. It seems like a really
we're literally playing in a format that's being dominated by Veiled Summer.
Yeah.
So this gets around that.
Yeah. Pay 1 mana.
Dovin's Veto. Goodbye.
Yeah. Because it's 4 mana cost, you can run a play set, but I can see this being a 1 or 2 off, and you're gonna have moments where it just hoses your opponent. Yeah. Like maybe you've got 4 mana open, your opponent plays their Nissa Shakes the World, and you just exile it, and they just can't play any more Nissas. It seems really good. Yeah. It is enchantment. It can be balanced, but I just feel like that's tempo. It's gonna be great. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna see play.
Yep. Sweet.
All right, next card, Treacherous Blessing, 2 black. It's another enchantment without flash. When this enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. When you cast a spell, you lose 1 life. And when this becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. So 3 mana, draw 3. That's a good rate.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, but then every spell you cast after that, you lose a life.
Yeah, so 3 mana, draw 3 is insane, and they've only ever been printed on cards with downsides, I think.
No, they printed the 3 mana draw 3 on that Converge card, where you draw a card for every color you've spent to cast it. That's something they've done.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I think they've done stuff like draw 3 to
There's
life.
not strictly draw 3, but
No,
yeah, I see what you mean.
But they've printed similar cards. Black has the ability to draw 3 on 3, but it's always with a downside. And is this downside too much?
Well, the downside is usually lose a life for each card.
Yes.
This is lose life for the rest of the game, unless you can do something with it. And then
bad in multiples.
And then they've so one, you either have to end the game quickly or get rid of it quickly, and then there's another downside with it, which is most likely a downside, but like the way you'd most often want to get rid of an enchantment that's not doing much for you is you'd want to like sacrifice it, and one way I can think of is Vraska Golgari Queen.
Yeah.
So then you lose out on your draw there.
Yeah. It's
there's not many other ways to sacrifice.
If you're using an actual card to remove it, it's not good. If the deck is trying to do that, because then you draw, it's like pay 3, draw 3, discard 1.
You absolutely want it to be an ability.
And lose a life.
Otherwise, you have to then also run your own sort of enchantment removal.
Yes, yeah.
Which,
in black.
Which is...
targeting.
Well, not in black.
No.
But yeah, so you have to like be running green or white, and then you have to kill your own thing.
So I'm not a big fan of this card. I'm ranking it low. I don't think it's going to see play.
I think I don't know. In the ideal situation for this card, there'd be something that happens to target an enchantment, to target your own thing and your opponent's thing.
It's definitely one of those cards that we need to see the rest of the set for.
Yeah, no, I think we can safely say that it's not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
But that's how you get around that being bad.
All right, moving right along. We have a couple of uncommons here. First one is Phalanx's Tactics. Instant.
Phalanx Tactics.
Phalanx Tactics, sorry, thank you.
Phalanx is the shield wall.
Yes, as seen by the art here.
They can't see it.
No, I'm going to edit it.
Oh, okay, alright, sure.
1 white, instant. Target creature you control gets +2/+1 until end of turn, and then each other creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. White is saved.
I mean, white's on its way to being saved. This is so saved it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So this is like a white weenies build, which is
Spoiler alert: heroic in the form is back, so targeting your own things is relevant again. We have Feather is still in the format.
Yeah, so in the set is like a draft archetype. They've clearly draft players have been complaining for a while that white has been very weak.
Yes,
the only time in the last like 20 sets that we've got a good white set is when white was paired in Boros and it plays white weenie aggro.
Yeah.
They've given you not quite what you asked for, but they've given you Boros aggro again.
Yep.
Where you also happen to target your own things.
Yeah.
So that's a weird combo.
So definitely 100% if white weenie is a thing, this could potentially see play. And it's dependent on whether white weenie is a thing. So I'm going to rank it right in the middle of might see play.
In light of historic, white weenie is a thing.
Yes.
Like a seeing 5/0 list.
You mean historic or pioneer?
Sorry, pioneer.
Yeah.
The thing that should be historic.
But the pioneer list that I've seen, they're very creature focused, and they almost don't have any room for the instant sorceries. They're going tall and wide with the current package. So I don't think Phalanx's Tactics is good enough for that list. Potentially.
Possibly. In standard, this might be enough to give it a list. White weenies always in standard tends to play, because we still got the convoke creature.
Yeah.
We did get a couple of cheap knights last set in Eldraine. And then it always tends to have a slot for the mass pump spell at about 2 mana.
Yeah. So what's your ranking?
I think it will see play. I think it's probably not going to be meta defining, but I think you'll see it pop up on this every now and then.
Alright, moving right along, we have a reprint, Banishing Light, 2 white enchantment. We've seen this before. It's the battlefield, exile target, non-land permanent, and opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. Extremely relevant in this Planeswalker era. It just removes anything at 3 mana.
I have one thing to say, and that's thank fucking God.
Yes, yeah.
Finally some Planeswalker removal.
Yeah. Because we had Prison Realm, hits creatures and Planeswalkers and scries 1, But this is, I feel like, a strict upgrade because you can hit the enchantments, you can hit the artifacts, you can hit just anything.
It's because they printed Planeswalker removal in the form of Elder Spell. And the problem with Elder Spell is that it's absolutely not flexible. So you can't mainboard it because you'll run into a deck that's not running Planeswalkers. Even sideboarding it against a deck that's only running like 4 to 6 Planeswalkers is not, like, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So having this as an option for mainboard decks is very strong.
Yeah, I can see this as a 2-of.
3 mana permanent removal, amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I'm worried about this is because Prison Realm is not seeing that much play, but the only reason for that is because White's not seeing that much play.
So White's really weak, and I think this hitting other things means that, like, so this is going to be like an enchantment set, possibly.
Yes,
it's going to be enchantments.
for
So
sure.
you can exile the strong enchantments if those exist.
Yeah, and there might be definitely payoffs of having
there's already strong enchantments, so there's Fire's Invention. Is the one off the top of my head.
My concern is definitely that right now in our meta we have green as the strongest color, and which color deals with enchantments the best? Green.
Yeah, but it's not actually dealing. It doesn't need to deal with enchantments because it just kills you first.
Oh no, absolutely. But like I remember back in the day where Cast Out was very popular, and I played 4 naturalizers in my sideboard to deal with it, and I feel like...
I see what you mean, so people can kill us. I thought you were going to say green was just going to be better at dealing with enchantments.
Oh, no, yeah. So green... So, yeah,
okay.
So, like, the thing is that this might be our savior, but if green is the most dominant deck, enchantment-based removal is not good enough, because green is designed to deal with that the best way possible, you know? So, yeah. So, I'm not... Thank God it's here, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. We needed a 2 mana Banishing Light or something.
I mean, the question is if Evoker gets banned. If Evoker gets banned, then it's got a chance.
True. Alright, moving right along. We have a very strange card here. You want to try read that?
So this is Illyrios Enraptured. Interesting art. This is a reference to Narcissus, because he's looking into reflection as an enraptured.
Flavor text there. Why would I ever look away?
Yeah, okay. That's really on the nose. They're borrowing straight from the myth. So this is when Illyrios Enraptured enters the battlefield, it enters tapped. It doesn't untap during your untap step if you control a reflection, and when it enters the battlefield, create a 3/2 blue reflection creature token.
So, at first when I read this, I thought, oh my gosh, this is such a bad card. It's legendary, it's 3 mana, but a couple things to note here. I noticed it's an uncommon, so we've got that back from Dominaria, and upon further reflection, it's a really good card. What I see, it's a 3 mana 3/2. When it dies, make a 2/3. Is the way you would say that, but...
Yeah, so this is really strange.
It's a very strange card.
So usually... So reflections are obviously a thing, so they're going to be tokens.
Maybe, or not.
It's... Oh yeah, this could specifically...
It could just be a one thing, yeah.
Be for him.
Because what I see here is a top-down flavor design card.
Okay, yeah, so the flavor is... That it,
Narcissist.
He can't move as long as his reflection's there, and when he can, when his reflection... Okay, so
it just seems like a good draft card, really.
It's got a lot of flavor. It's so strange in the fact that usually if you make a token and something doesn't untap, you have to have the token to make it untap, and there's other ways to make the token. Usually if you want something to have usually this would be a 3/2, when this dies make a 2/3.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
What I'm surprised is that it doesn't have an ability called that has tap make a 3/2. Because then I would imagine there's some sort of engine where you store the 3/2 on your upkeep, it untaps, but then you can tap it again to make the reflection again, it stays tapped again. I mean, then it would be like a mythic or a rare and broken.
Yeah, that would
but
be...
This is,
I mean, you'd have to pay a lot more for that in draft.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's a legendary creature, but this is definitely not commander playable, so... I think this is just a draft uncommon bomb, and
this looks like this looks like it's going to be amazing on draft.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so definitely won't see standard play. Moving on along, we have our first Devotion Matters card, Threnody Singer.
Threnody Singer.
Threnody Singer, 1 blue, flash, flying. When this enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent controls gets -X/-0 until end of turn, where X is your devotion to blue. So. What I'm initially seeing is there's a lot of flash here, and we already have Simic Flash and Izzet Flash as very powerful decks, so it looks like they're going to be getting a lot of toys.
So first of all, in draft, this is a combat trick.
Yes.
So this is amazing. Even if you don't have anything, it always comes in and gives something negative.
-1.
-1.
Yeah.
Awesome. In constructed, this is... So Simic Flash plays a little bit like combat tricks.
Yeah.
So they have the option of flashing in the wolf to block if they want to eat something.
Yeah.
They flash in Mystic Snake if you're not playing spells. They can do Wildborn Preserver.
Yeah.
Edit that out if I'm wrong. That comes in, and then when another thing is flashed in, you can pump it.
Yeah.
With counters. So this is coming across as really creature heavy for flash.
Yeah. I'm seeing this as not good enough personally. I just don't think the -X is relevant enough in the combat. In my games playing against Simic or Is It Flash, I just think it's not going to be seeing play beyond limit. I just don't think it's good enough for the Is It lists or the Flash lists.
What this is if you're this sends you back towards mono blue. It comes in and it saves you like 2 or 3 life.
Which makes me think about Pioneer mono blue. What's the card? The enchantment that draws your card whenever you hit.
Wait, sorry, what?
The enchantment aura that draws a card whenever you hit with it. You know, the standard mono blue card that was dominating.
Curious Obsession.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this for Curious Obsession in Pioneer. Because that's a mono blue deck. It's a lot of blue pips, maybe. But I just don't think that -X is relevant.
Siren isn't a relevant creature type.
No. It's not that. It's just... It's not about that. It's about the mono blue. It's about the flash. It's about the -X.
I don't think that's good enough.
Because the Curious Obsession does count towards your devotion, but I just don't think this ability is relevant.
I think this ability is good in standard.
Okay.
So I think
you're gonna see. Are you saying definitely sees play?
Would you if this card said flying flash when this enters the battlefield gain 3 life? Do you think that's good?
No.
Yeah?
I don't.
Okay, alright, sure.
No, this kind of effect, I just think historically just hasn't seen play. We've got better things to do with our mana in standard, I think.
I think that this is the sideboard card that Simic or Is It Flash wants against aggro. Specifically mono red aggro. Even Cavalcade, because this links Cavalcade.
I definitely think it's not what we're looking for. I definitely don't think so.
I think 1/3 is a good blocker against 1/1s and 2/2s. In anything.
I think currently in our standard meta, we just got to do better than this. But yeah, okay. So you see, definitely sees play.
I think maybe sees play.
Maybe sees play. Okay, I'm cutting it out. Next card we got Medomai's. Medomai's Prophecy. It's 1 blue. It's our first 4-step saga. It's an uncommon. Step 1, scry 2. Step 2, choose a card name. Step 3...
it would be Medomai.
Medomai? Okay, there you go. Step 3, when you cast a spell with a chosen name for the first time this turn, draw 2 cards. Step 4, look at the top card of each player's library. Draft card, nothing beyond that really.
So it's interesting, it's the first 4 mana...
4-step.
4-step saga. It's another one of those... just like draw a card. It's going to be a good in draft. I cannot imagine why it wouldn't be.
Yeah. Because you scry 2 and you definitely name a card that you've just scried. I mean, it would feel bad. Well, you can just name something in your hand. I was going to say it feels better if you both scry to the bottom, but you just choose something in your hand.
There's synergy here, but it's kind of a little bit like the red rare we saw, where it's like there's a little bit something weird about one of the abilities, and that's definitely the 4th one.
Yes.
We are looking at the top card of each player's library.
You can what's the Planeswalker guy? What's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. What's the Planeswalker that looks at your opponent's... Come on, the one that's famously banned.
I can't remember.
He's the face of everything. He's not Gideon. It's not... Jace.
Oh,
the Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor. You get a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
He's not famously banned.
No.
He's unbanned.
No, he's famously banned. Well, he was famously banned. And also, looking at the top of your opponent's library, that was Jace's, iconic
there's also...
play pattern.
There's also decks that do that and
but Jace was
that's like a really modern
thing.
I
get that, but Jace was the face of that ability because it was the play pattern where you would uptick Jace, look at your opponent saying, oh yeah, you can keep that, and you know that you've lost the game.
But at times in modern, that's also part of a really strong combo.
I know.
So you have the thing of your second artifact.
Yeah.
But it's really weird to see this on this enchantment. It's really weird to see that ability at all. Really,
if it had the text, put it to the bottom of their library. We could be talking here. Maybe we could be talking about a real card here, potentially.
That would make this way too good.
Scries
2.
Maybe.
Then you...
It doesn't do anything on turn 2.
Draw a card. You draw... this is 2 mana, suspend, draw 2 cards.
Yes.
I think that's okay. And that's really good in draft.
It's really good in draft. I think there's a chance that might see play in standard, but that's about it.
Yeah, I just can't imagine a point of the fourth ability.
If it could tuck it, that'd be sweet.
I mean,
I wish it could tuck it.
Like, if devotion matters or if enchantment matters,
Yes.
so this could see play and Dance of the Mance.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Dance the Mance with sagas. That's pretty sweet.
To the bin.
Yeah.
It does what you want. It draws cards.
Yeah.
You get to look at your opponent's library for some reason, but that seems like a bonus.
Yeah, and like you
you're
just
scrying
need
to
like
find-
golden egg with it, because you're definitely gonna have one of those in your hand, and then you just draw 3 cards that turn.
I mean, you get to scry, so you get to find out what you're going to draw.
Absolutely. You can say anything,
So
but like I'm just saying that in that
you've
deck.
seen, unless you scry both to the bottom, you've seen every card
Yeah.
that you have the ability to cast on turn.
The thing with that choose a name and then you have to wait till your next turn to get that value. It doesn't mess with your play pattern, and Dance of the Mance is the perfect deck where it actually doesn't really interact. It just draws cards for many turns, plays lands, and then Dance of the Mance is out of nowhere. So Sagas and Dance of the Mance seems like a great combo.
Yeah.
No, it's great. No, that's definitely one important thing to think about.
I still don't understand why the fourth one exists.
I don't know.
But I guess maybe we'll find out.
Alright, next up we have another reprint, Underworld Dreams. This hasn't been reprinted for a long time. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Underworld Dreams deals 1 damage to that player. It's a sideboard card against control.
Okay.
Right?
Is it? Like, I don't even think it goes in there.
Okay, what decks is constructed draw cards? Control. Historically.
Yeah, but like, why? I don't think you want to waste time with this.
It's just a way to finish out the game, really. It's inevitability.
I mean, if you're playing against control, like, is this like a control versus control?
I'm not saying this card is definitely played, but like this is the only way I imagine it. It's not gonna see main board play.
I don't think this is gonna see play.
Especially with triple black, it has to be a mono black deck.
I think it's gonna be really annoying in draft. Like, it's gonna be like no one's gonna pick it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna kill you many times for no reason.
So sideboard play for constructed. That's it, or even no play.
I wouldn't even say play.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, next up we have Minions Return. Flash, enchant creature. When an enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. Completely awesome. Limited card.
No. Well, so. So auras in limited are always like risky because you.
This is not an aura. This is not an aura.
It is an aura.
It is an aura, but that's not the way you play it. Really, it's not like you play it to buff your thing.
This card
and then you get 2 for
This card has literally existed in several sets and standard.
Yes, but not at flash speed.
Yeah, so not at flash speed, but they're always for cheaper. So it's always like 1 mana, 2 mana.
Yeah.
So this is 3 mana for the flash, which does get around the killing thing. So like someone kills your thing.
And you flash it and save it.
You flash it in, and then you better than save it because you get the ETB.
Yeah.
And obviously they're not going to want to kill it the second time, and then they're probably not going to be able to because limited removal is famously limited.
Now, what I imagine this is that you attack
but
with
you
your...
have to hold up 3 mana just to maybe save a creature? That seems...
No, I don't imagine saving this. I imagine you attack with a 5/5 and they offer a trade. And then in that case, you can save your thing. But if their thing is slightly better than yours, you take their thing. You flash it in and chart them, the trade happens, and you get their creature.
So this is a card that looks good, and I'm sure that there are going to be situations where that happens and it feels really good. But I think there's going to be a lot of times where like your opponent's deck isn't interactive enough, you don't have a creature out, you draw this and you're out of creatures, it's a bad top deck late game if you don't have the creatures or your opponent isn't killing anything. If you've got your best creature out, and you hold this up to try and save it, and then it doesn't die, you've lost tempo. I think this is a trap. I think this is a draft trap.
Fair enough. You're the limited all-star soldier. This we ignore this for constructed. All right, next up we have our first heroic card, Heroes of the Revel. 4 red. It's a creature, Satyr Soldier, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token with this creature can't block, and whenever you cast a spell that targets Heroes of the Revel, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So here we go. We talked about this before.
So this is a wall of text, which is interesting because that second ability is a keyword that doesn't have a keyword.
Yeah, it should say heroic.
So there's another card, we'll come to it later. Where something gets +1/+0 when you target it.
Does heroic?
Creatures.
Does heroic only give permanent effects like +1 counters, or has heroic historically also just given temporary effects?
Heroic has historically just been a keyword effect that they've stuck whatever onto. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure last time Boris was good.
We'll have a couple examples on screen.
And it was random.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
So this is just for draft. This is just for the Boros archetype. It's not going to see constructed play.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine, I guess.
Yeah. Pass on constructed. Next card, Furious Rise, enchantment yet again. So we're definitely going to see an enchantment payoff here somewhere. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until you exile another card with Furious Rise. So here we go. Red card advantage back at it again.
So this is really interesting. This is also, it's an uncommon, so it's also like a draft card.
Yep. It's 3 mana.
It's a Ferocious Matters deck,
Yes.
so it's a power 4 Erasure.
Which
we literally just had that, right?
Well, but, yeah, they've been throwing Ferocious Matters everywhere. It's almost
so
you
we-
can almost
we
say
just-
it's evergreen at this point.
Yeah, we keep getting it. It's a Gruul Matters thing usually.
Yeah.
And sorry, it's a Gruul mechanic usually.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like it's weird to me that they keep putting it in there because it's not like the most interesting. It's not the most powerful, which I guess is why they
And
use it.
historically, the text that says power 4 or greater, people haven't been playing it because it's not good when you're behind. And is the effect good enough when you're? It's win more.
Yeah,
it's win more.
it's a win more. So what this is interesting is that this is the new card design of Red. So you've got Light at the stage, you've got Experimental Frenzy, you've got.
Oh no, it's not new. This is what Red's been doing for ages.
Well, okay, it's relatively it's becoming more and more common.
Okay, this is 100% Red's identity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're heading towards. So they're trying
That's
to.
that's where we arrived. No, this is all the only way Red gets
Okay, but
advantage.
they're still experimenting with it and perfecting it. So this is another way. So like, Light at the stage says until the end of your next turn. Experimental Frenzy says
Right.
It has to be the top card on your library.
And this is a brand new text.
So this is you may play until you exile a card. So each card replaces itself.
Yeah.
But like if you get the next one, you can't play the first one. But you can play it whenever. You can play it. And we'll have to check the rules for this, but I think even if Furious Rise leaves the battlefield, you can still play that card.
And one thing to note, it is play, not cast, so you can play lands off this. Very relevant.
Yep. So that's that makes it more powerful.
Yeah.
I don't think this will see constructed play.
I think it will. I think it's a sideboard card in Gruul decks against control. That's what I read. Potentially.
The actually strong thing about this is that it says end step.
You get the immediate value.
So you play it on your second main phase particularly when they're tapped out. But like if you've got like sometimes you'll have like 2 like Lovestruck Beast exists, and sort of maybe like a Gruul thing, and there's lots of big red creatures. So you play this and you almost definitely get your card. So it
Replace itself.
It's not foolproof, but it doesn't hurt you too much.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt on an empty board, but it's a setup. But yeah. I don't think this is a play set, but it's like a 2-off.
The other thing it does is you play it, it exiles a card, and then you have all your next main phase to play it, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a bad card, you just let it rotate out. I don't know. I'm interested in this card. I expect to see it in some couple. Yeah.
I think the power 4 grade is not good. I like the design space of this.
Yeah.
I think it might be maybe almost like if it doesn't have the power 4 more, it's probably too good, and I think that's the conclusion that they've come to.
Yeah. Going to the next card, we have Dreamstalker Manticore. It's an enchantment creature, so those are back. 3 mana 4/2. Whenever you cast your first spell during your opponent's turn, Dreamstalker Manticore deals 1 damage to any target. Definitely not strong enough for standard. It's definitely fixed. It's not whenever you cast a spell on your opponent's turn, it's only the first spell, so at the max it's only going to deal 1 damage. It's just not good enough for a constructed, but it seems good-ish.
Yes, it's like a 4/2 with upside.
Yeah.
You need an instant. Those aren't traditionally...
Not instant, but we have flash enchantments in the set for limited.
Same thing. You need something at flash speed, and then you're probably not going to be able to play it after the turn it comes down. Oh, you might be able to. This is only 3 mana. It seems okay for limited.
Yeah.
It's good to see enchantment creatures back. That's probably going to mean enchantment matters if we hadn't caught on to that already.
Yeah.
And enchantment creatures are easier to kill than creatures.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Alright, pass along to the next card. We have Dream Shaper Shaman. It's a 5 red enchantment creature, Minotaur Shaman. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 2 red and sacrifice a non-land permanent. If you do, reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a non-land permanent card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So at the end step, you get to Chaos Warp your own thing. And you don't get to hit a land. It's non-land, but it's Chaos Warping.
This is a really cool design. I think this would be like really cool if this was on something that costs like 3 mana.
Yeah.
This is 6 mana, so it's draft only, but this seems really really good for draft.
Yeah.
It's
a draft mana.
You end up like, especially because like, okay, Boros is gonna be probably good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to exist. So you have your shitty 1/1s from turn 1 that you played, and you want to do something with them, so you can do 2 in a red to
Oh,
get something
absolutely.
almost definitely better.
Yeah.
It's a finisher or an inevitable win con sort
I
of
can
thing.
see it maybe in EDH, in lower powered EDH decks, maybe Chaos decks, maybe Minotaur Tribal, but it's pretty narrow. So yeah, it's not going to see constructed play.
There is, I mean, there is like vaguely a sacrifice deck that exists.
Yeah,
but this is way too expensive
The
for
6
it.
mana is just way too.
It's like
aggressive.
so costly.
All right, next up we've got Hydra's Growth. It is 2 green for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When this enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on that creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number of +1 counters on enchanted creature. Again, just limited fodder.
Yeah, I mean, I could see.
But even at limited, I don't even think it's that good.
I think enchantments are one of those cards where it's like you really want a reason to be playing an aura. Sorry, aura is one of those cards where you really want a reason to be playing an aura. This is like, I mean, you play a 2-drop, say something like Greenwood Dryad. No, the 2/2 Vigilance exists in this format. You put it on there, it miraculously survives, which is not guaranteed to. But then you put a +1 counter on your upkeep, so it's a 3/3 Vigilance on turn 3. That's on turn 4. That's pretty good. And then next turn, it's a 4/4 and then a 6/6. It pays off. It definitely pays off.
It's just, but the payoff is too slow, and you're just
the payoff
you're
really
just
slow,
gonna.
and auras
It's a
are
2
so
for 1.
risky.
Yeah, it's definitely just a top-down flavor card of
So
Hydra's
yeah,
Growing.
so I think it's another one of those traps. If there's like a green-white auras deck that's in limited, that like whenever you cast an aura spell, draw a card, then this is good. If in that deck, if there isn't, it's not amazing.
Alright, moving right along, we have a very exciting card for me, personally. It's called Willow Haven. It's 1 green, enchantment aura. Enchant a land. Whenever that land is tapped for mana, its controller adds another green. And 5 green, sacrifice this card, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, activate this ability only during your turn. So we have ramp at 2 mana. I love it.
No. So I mean, the exception to auras being bad is when they get put on lands because they don't print land destruction. So
this card's beautiful.
This seems really good. It's even got a nice little upside for when you like have too much mana, which is great for draft.
Yeah. I think this can potentially see standard play.
I agree. I think in a devotion deck,
in a world where Growth Spiral's banned and Gilded Goose is banned and all the other 2 mana ramp is bad. I don't know. This card seems great. It's 2 mana ramp that's really, really hard to interact with.
I don't think there's a better reason. I think so. Enchantment removal might be a bit more common. If things like the white banishing
light, whatever.
Light is in, so then this makes this maybe a little bit worse because it's something they can still hit. If not, then I still think you want to play Paradise Druid.
Yeah.
But if enchantments matter, then or devotion matters, this is a permanent.
So yeah, for me, I won't be surprised if I see it in constructed. All right, coming up next, we have a very strange card here: Chain Web Arcaner. Arachner, sorry.
Yeah, so I have an issue with the name. The name feels weird. And 2, we don't quite understand why
I gotta read the card.
But we don't quite understand why this card's been printed.
Yeah. So first of all, it's a single green, reach 1/2. When this enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature with flying and opponent control. So it's similar to that green card we have already.
Cruel Harpooner.
Cruel Harpooner. It has escape, so brand new keyword. 2 green, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard, and then you may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. And when you escape it, it gets 3 +1 counter, so it'll be a 4/5.
So correction, that's 3 green. So it's 5 mana to escape it.
Sorry, yeah, 3 green. So I'm confused. When I first read this, I thought, oh, it's a Gilded Goose killer. That's a really great sideboard card, but it doesn't.
It's a
Gilded
1/2,
Goose is a 0/2, so it doesn't even do that. So I don't see where this card has a home. It's a mono blue flyers hate card.
Even those play a lot of like 1/2s and 2/2s and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it's so specific. If this was a 2/1, it would make absolute sense to me because you play it, it dies, and then you get it back, and it's actually a creature.
The only way this also works is if there's a Spider Lord, maybe.
It's so expensive to get it back. 4 cards from your graveyard. That's really specific deck building restrictions, but it's fine. But getting it back on turn 5 and then it becomes a 4/5.
Yeah.
I don't know what it kills. Well, maybe Spawn of Mayhem, if they thought Spawn of Mayhem was going to be strong.
Let's agree this card will only exclusively see sideboard play if there are targets for it. But let's talk about Escape. What do we think about it?
So there's like two cards on this list that have escape.
Yeah. But think about the mechanic.
They seem expensive.
Yes.
But they loop. So you do not exile this card. This card you exile the cards.
Unlike
and you cast
Aftermath
this.
or Flashback or things like that, you can do it over and over again. The only cost is that your graveyard needs to be continually filled.
So that's like, I think that's going to be quite strong if there's like cards geared towards control.
Yeah.
It's
I've been really happy to see Wizards design direction to help fix this. We saw this on Lockmere Serpent, where you need to exile 5 cards from your opponent's library. They're using the graveyard as a resource as opposed to, I mean, it is like Delve a wee bit.
No, but it's not, because they also added mana to it.
Yes.
They added like, this is 5 mana and exile 4.
Yeah.
If this was Delve, this would be 9 mana.
Yeah.
And then you can only pay 4 for Delve.
Which is ridiculous.
It's like stupid expensive. It is.
So it's very fixed.
It's card advantage. So this is an uncommon.
Yeah.
So like there could be some really good rares coming up with this.
Absolutely.
There could be a lot of better uncommons. The confusing thing about this card is that it feels like it's a really specific hate piece.
Yes.
But then they costed it so weirdly and statted it so weirdly that it can't function as that.
I wish it was a 2/1 or a 2/2. And maybe 2 mana was on that to fix it, but yeah. Alright, moving along. We got some gold cards here. Warden of the Chained, it's a Minotaur Warrior, so we're seeing Minotaurs come back. It is 1 red-green for Trample. This can't attack unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater, so Ferocious is back here again, and it's a 4/4.
So 3 mana 4/4 Trample,
Great.
amazing. Downside, can't attack with 4 or greater. That is a real downside. This is an uncommon, so it's not easy to get multiples of these.
Let's be real here. If we think about this as constructed, we already have a 3 mana 4/4 with Trample.
Oh yeah, this isn't seeing any play in constructed.
Yeah.
Maybe. So the argument for it seeing play would be that so you do have 3 mana 4/4s and you have Questing Beast at 4. So
there's just no room on the curve.
Yeah, it's really hard to fit this in. But if you would go like this Questing Beast swing with 8. Yeah. Where they didn't think they were going to be taking 4, so they haven't killed it.
Yeah.
But it's not great because, there's instant speed removal on constructed. In draft, this seems okay.
Yeah.
Depends how many 4-power creatures there are and how good they are.
It's a great blocker, that's for sure.
This is where that, 4/2 for 3 becomes really good because it's an enabler.
Yeah. Alright, pass along to Hero of the Nyxborn. It's 1 red-white. When this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. When you cast a spell that targets Hero of the Nyxborn, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So we saw that same ability repeated on this one. It's in Boros.
So this is an enchantment creature human soldier. I guess 3 of which are relevant.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. We haven't seen any enchantment power, so I don't know how relevant enchantments are. Doesn't seem particularly strong as a human.
Can we see this as a curve topper for human, tribal, and pioneer? As a one-off, 3 mana is really high for that deck.
Humans are missing their Mantis Rider, and I'm not sure this is it.
Oh, Mantis Rider is legal in Pioneer.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw a list with it running.
Okay, they're missing something. Humans is weaker because of something.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of a different card. This is not strong enough, I would say.
Yeah, maybe a different humans list that runs more pump spells, but definitely, it's just a strange card. It's an uncommon. It's good for
if we get a constructed card out of this that fits into it, it's going to fit into Feather and it's going to be a rare.
I don't see this card replacing. If Boros was even a thing, definitely the legendary guy that prevents
Tajik.
Tajik is much better than this. So which is fair because let's be honest. Constructed, it's always about building your deck with as many rares as you can. So this is a strict downgrade. So yeah. All right, next up we have Thundering Chariot, which is our first vehicle. It's a 4 mana 3/3. It's first strike, trample, haste, and that infamous crew 1. Is this the next Smuggler's Copter, Steph?
Absolutely. This is going to be a 4 of in every deck until rotation. No, I like that they're finding unique ways to put vehicles into every. Well, not unique ways, but really flavorful sets. So this one's a chariot. Yeah. We've had pirate ships.
It's been evergreen, and it's not weird.
It's nice that they didn't make this a blue rare.
Yeah.
So this is quite a fun uncommon. I think it's vehicles tend to be kind of good in limited. They have a downside. You have to have creatures. This has an upside where it has haste, which is a weird thing to give a vehicle, but it's got crew 1. So the idea is you play a 3/3 for 4, which is expensive. but you crew it using your 1/1 that you played on turn 1 that can no longer attack. It has first strike and trample. So we just saw a 4/4 for 3. But we've also seen 4/2s that those decks have to play. So I think it's really going to depend on how many 4/4s you have in the format, or even 3/4s, which I'm assuming is not going to be many, as to how good this card is. That first strike is amazing.
I can definitely see what you mean in terms of balance in terms of the limited format. If Gruul has a 4 power, 4 toughness theme, then definitely this being a 3/3 in the Boros aggro deck is definitely balanced, or balancing for limited.
Yeah.
So I think this card's spicy. It's going to hit you sometimes in limited. Moving along, we have our new full art lands.
They're so pretty.
We have Pokemon energy cards.
They
in Magic.
They're fucking weird. Believe that. We've never had this before. We never had symbols on cards.
Yeah. Obviously, these are some sort of constellation, which Theros, is very, very constellation focused.
Yeah, it's interesting because we haven't seen constellations in mechanic. Maybe it is one.
It's not a mechanic, but we see it in the art here. For example, in Hero of the Nyxborn, we see this constellation look.
Oh yeah. Like they literally had it on the borders back in Theros, so they're still keeping with that theme. So. Do you like them?
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them a lot. I love lands that are just different. So and judging by the fact that this leak, he bought 5 packs and he's got 5 of every land, which I'm sure was a coincidence.
Yeah, so he's got 5 rares and mythics.
Yes, but this means that this is in the basic land slot. These are not a special land card, not a chase land. So yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of these, and it's going to make me want to buy a box.
Yeah, and I think possibly these are going to be in foil in the bundles.
Yes. Oh, yeah, potentially.
Which they look like they're going to be very pretty. They're very sparkly.
They're going to be gorgeous in foil.
Stars. So I don't think I love them. I don't think they're my favorite full out land, but I'm happy to take a free full out land with every pack I draft.
I would definitely buy a couple of these and maybe pimp a couple commander decks. Not for every single one, but a couple.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, moving along, we have a cycle here. Let's just read them all here. We got Omen of the Sea, Flash. When this enters the battlefield, scry 2, draw a card for 2 mana. Pay 3, sack it, scry 2. We see these on every single one of these. Omen of the Dead, single black, return a target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And Omen of the Hunt, 3 mana. When this enters the battlefield, search a card for a basic land card, put on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library.
I'm very interested in seeing the other 2 of these. These look very strong.
Oh, the white one's gonna make a 1/1 token, and then and that's it. So, oh man,
Okay, so let's break these down. So these are better than instants. They all have flash, so the instant, except they come in as permanent types, which is an upside in the fact that they pay for devotion. They have a later upside where you can sack them. They just exist on the battlefield, so you can like sack them to Vraska or whatever you need them for. Turn them into artifacts and then turn them into elks.
Yeah.
Omen of the Sea is 2 mana, instant, scry 2, then draw a card. That's already very strong.
But wouldn't be playable. It's a more expensive, almost just as good opt. It's
an anticipate, right? So it's an anticipate with a massive downside. So you get to see 2 cards, then you get to draw the next one if those 2 are bad. You don't get to look at 3 and then take one, and you are drawing, so it doesn't get around nasty. But then you get a permanent, and then you get something we can sack and scry 2 later.
You know what I see with Omen of the Sea?
You're looking at 5 cards for 2 mana.
Do you know what I see with Omen of the Sea? A better golden egg for Dance of the Mance.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I see this going in Dance of the Mance, maybe.
So, yeah, Golden Egg's cheap because it's colourless. This is harder to sack. It costs 1 more to sack. That might be relevant.
Yeah, but you get a scry 2, which is pretty good.
So you get...
So maybe a 2 in Dance of the Mance.
3 lives alright as well.
Yeah. What about Omen of the Dead? 1 mana, return your best creature from your bin to your hand.
I mean, that's not amazing. We've seen a lot of effects like that where it's get something back from the bin and you have to have something in the bin. It could just be like a little bit of a value thing, maybe.
Maybe a one-off in your limited deck.
I think it really has to have some sort of enchantment synergy.
Yeah.
I think like maybe the consideration here is putting it with Vraska. Yeah. That's all I see when I see these enchantments is that you can sack them to Vraska.
Fair enough. And Omen of the Hunt, 3 mana ramp. It's
this is like incredibly good for standard.
Yeah.
We get 3 mana sorceries with upside. Yeah. As ramp. So you find a basic, and then like in Dominaria we had Kicker 2. and then we sometimes get something else. I can't remember the recent one. This one is instant, so it's flash. It's an enchantment, so it leaves behind a permanent, and then you can pay 3 and sacrifice it and scry 2.
Yeah.
So they've all got the same latent ability.
Yeah.
Scrying 2 is fine. Paying 3 for it is a bit expensive. For constructed.
It's definitely a mana
It's
sink,
amazing for draft.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think if there's a deck that needs to ramp at 3 mana, this is what they'll play.
Yeah. For me, I only think Omen of the Sea and Dance of the Mance is the only constructed play, but beyond that,
It could possibly see play in Simic Flash.
Potentially. Alright, we're nearly getting to the end of our list here. We have Elysian Carotid. Carotid?
Cariatid.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's our good old
Cariatid.
plant man that we expected. It's 1 green for a 1/1. Add 1 mana of any color. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 mana of any 1 color instead. Man, we have a lot of ramp in the 2 mana slot.
Yeah,
we have a lot of ramp.
So I mean, this is the 2 mana with upside that they've been doing. They do it every second set now.
Isn't this?
It does any color, and sometimes it'll only do it for a set amount of time, or it'll have a slight upside.
What's that 0/3 elemental?
Leafkin Druid.
So this is Leafkin Druid and Paradise Druid having a baby.
Yeah. So Wizards' philosophy has been, they don't seem to want to give these cards more than 1 toughness for some reason. And when Chainwhirler was in the format, I guess that was relevant. Makes me really scared we're going to see another one. It doesn't have hexproof, so it's probably worse than Paradise Druid, but giving 2 mana is a very good upside.
I see this amazing in limited, but it's not going to replace Paradise Druid.
There's an argument
it's a common versus a rare.
There's an argument that this could be better in Gruul. So if you want to, you play this turn 2, you play your 3/3 Riot on turn 3, it gets a +1 counter. Then you have 2 mana to play something else. Or alternatively, on turn, you play your Questing Beast, and then on turn 4, you have 6 mana.
There's definitely an argument.
And you just drop Garruk.
And we've seen in Pioneer the red ley line of the green ley line being a deck, so we'll see if this makes room, but I don't think it's quite good enough. But it's great for a common, though. It's fantastic for a common. And our final card of the day, we have a full art Planeswalker. This lucky guy buys 5 packs and gets the Chase Mythic in full art. But Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis. 2 white, 5 loyalty. -1, up to 2 target creatures you control, each get +2/+1 until end of turn. -2, create 2 1/1 white creature soldier tokens. And -3, you gain 5 life. And escape, 4 white, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard, and you may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost.
This card sent me on an emotional roller coaster.
Oh boy, I agree.
My first reaction was, oh, thank God it's not a 3 mana Planeswalker, because people were speculating about a push 3 mana Elspeth in the flavor of Oko. Then I was like, oh shit, it's a 4 mana Planeswalker. There's not that much better. They can still push those and have them and break them. And then I saw it and I'm going, what? It's got 3 negatives. It's got 3 downticks, no uptick.
Yeah.
Plus it has an ability.
So notice it's a mythic, but the downtick design space was only done on uncommon Planeswalkers in War of the Sparks.
Yeah, so the reason for this is another War of the Sparks mythic where all the mythics had 4 abilities and one of them was a static. So this is 3 abilities. One of them's activated from the graveyard, I guess. The reason why they all downtick is because you want it to die so that you can pay 6 mana and bring it back.
It's quite good to notice that though the escape mechanic. Who knows? I'm sure Gideon's gonna get one of these, but I
doubt it will be escape. Oh, actually.
Because he escapes from the other one.
I mean, are they gonna have them both escape?
Yeah.
Because that's the flavor, right?
The point is that Pithing Needle still stops the escape. It stops the Planeswalker activations, and it still stops escape.
Yeah, I mean, with Pithing Needle, I suppose it only matters if they've got... if you play Pithing Needle, then they can't activate anyway.
Oh,
so
I
it
know,
doesn't really matter if you got it back.
I'm just saying, it does stop the whole card still.
Yeah. So this is... What do you think of this card exactly?
It's bad. It's not going to see play. I find it offensive. I find it offensive that a mythic only minuses.
I feel like I've had the experience of looking at every 3, 4, and even 5 mana Planeswalker and going, that's not good enough. And then it's fucking broken standard.
In the face of Oko, a 3-mana walker that ticks up ridiculously high, I think it's offensive to see this 4-mana walker that only minuses. And yes, 100%, there's a chance it's going to be amazing. Yes, maybe you should pre-order these and buy them all out, but I just don't believe in this card.
There's a weird disconnect between the first two, which are sort of go wide creature-y things, and then there's gain 5 life, which is fine if you're racing like a mirror, but it's like you don't want to be playing it against control.
What I see,
and it's the thing that puts in the graveyard, which you want.
What I see here is that it's like the Vampire Planeswalker we saw recently. It's unique. It's very cool, but it's only going to go into Boros Go Wide or Mono White Go Wide.
But even then, like, you're playing 4 mana and you get to +2 creatures, so you get to deal an extra 4 damage. Well, that's okay.
What I'm trying to say is that it's going to go in that deck. It's great, but it's not going to be Oko great.
Do you even think it's going to be great in that deck?
Yes, as a 1 or 2 off.
It's interesting. I think maybe it could be a top end.
What I do notice though that is the recent cards with Heroic do not get activated off abilities, only off spells. So unfortunately, Elspeth doesn't break those cards. But it's going to be a 2 off in a Boros deck if it is actually a deck.
I think maybe it's supposed to like make. See, it looks like it goes on a White Weenies aggro deck, but then it's quite grindy in mid range in itself because it costs 6 mana to bring it back from the graveyard. So maybe it's like a control breaker, and it's yeah, because like think about it.
We had Aftermath on cards in Boros aggro decks that because you just
but you loop this forever. Those you exiled.
I mean,
if every time you're playing like a 1 mana, 2 mana creature,
this card is gonna play on 4 mana. You're gonna do your stuff. It's gonna die, whatever. But on turn 6, you play this and you win the game. This is what I see. It's gonna be the card that you play this again for its escape cost, and then you win, or you've just been completely blocked out of the game.
All right, maybe.
Yeah, because it's just that's how I feel. That's how I felt how Aftermath worked. Is that you brought back your 4/4 with haste, made things unblockable, and you swung it and you won the game. That was just your curve topper, your game ender, and I see the same thing with this.
I don't think this is better than Ajani, which is the thing.
Yeah.
And that's not seeing play.
No, the reason why it doesn't see play though is because there's not enough good Boros creatures. So if Theros brings the Boros package to
then this is still competing with Ajani. But this -3 basically doesn't exist. So it's basically -1, -2, and then escape.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you could play this alongside Ajani and double off those primates.
I mean, don't get me wrong. In the face of Oko, this card is offensively bad. It is offensively bad.
But we're okay with that.
This card,
please print more offensively bad cards.
Yes, 100%. This is great. But in the face of Oko, this should have been +1, +1, -1, +1 or something. But I get the design they're trying to just go here. It's a 5 mana. It ticks down. You're doing great, Wizard. You're doing great balancing Planeswalkers. But
it should have been a -X. You gain X life because then you can kill it for whatever mana you need to, and then escape it back.
But this is a humongous slap in the face after this Oko era. After they blatantly said in their live stream, yes, we designed Oko to be strong. This is just a complete.
Don't complain about that.
I'm not complaining, but I'm gonna open 3 of these in my pre-release, and it's gonna suck.
I mean, if they're full art, then at least they're gonna look pretty. Yeah. That is really nice art. It's really Greek themed.
Yeah, this might be the alternate art as well, not just extended border.
Possibly.
Looking at the treatment of it. So
fucking lucky dude finding these and then getting this.
Yep. So here we go. These are the cards. We'll see how Wizards responds to this. Tomorrow morning we have the Commander announcement. It's just gonna be ridiculous with all this news coming up. So here we are.
The other interesting thing is I want to see if they bought 5 packs. I wonder if they had more, because presumably they put a whole booster box on display.
Yeah.
So we might see more leaks over the next.
Which is really, really unfortunate. We're going to see people rushing to Walgreens or whatever tomorrow morning to start buying these out. So tomorrow we might see a lot more spoiled. We might see the whole set spoiled tomorrow, potentially.
I think if we see like a booster box worth of rares and uncommons and commons, then Wizards will have to amend this spoiler season. Other than that, I don't think this is like a medium-sized leak. Tinfoil hat theory. The Wizards are doing this on purpose to distract people from bad standard, right? Yeah. So last time there was a big leak. For Ixalan. It was Ixalan, so that was in the middle of like the Kaladesh when Kate's overpowered ban hammer, and then this is in the middle of Feel the Dead ban, Oko not banned. Yeah. Perhaps it's their strategy, like get people excited for future standard. To distract people from. And I think this is a pretty bad strategy because this makes me like I think if there were more of these, if there were enough of these that I could start like crafting a deck, I would just have no interest in playing standard whatsoever. I'd just be like, we'll wait till Theros comes and saves us.
Which I believe I think that's what the Ixalan Fellowship did. I think it did do that exact thing. But disclaimer: it's a conspiracy theory. Don't listen to that as fact.
Yeah, it's probably not true.
All right.
The Ixalan guy got sued to hell.
This video is way too long. Let's wrap it up. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. See you later.